Alright guys, happy Tuesday. Probably won't be Tuesday when this video gets aired because I'm so far behind on them. But heading to, I actually already met with them. I had to meet with this customer. They had a landscaper come over and basically they just told them they might have to have like I don't know, a bunch of trees taken out and things like that. Yeah. So I met with them this morning, kind of gave them the rundown. There wasn't a whole lot of issues with the landscape itself for me, but you'll see when we get there. There's a ton of utilities in this property. They literally go around it, and we're not talking like service lines, we're talking main lines. So on top of service lines, on top of a really steep ditch that my satellite didn't pick up. So anyways, we contemplated just doing the front yard with them, a few other things, and I told him, you know, even if I bored, there's a large tree, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. I feel like it would just hit the missile and send it somewhere that it shouldn't go, whether that's towards the gas line or not. So I didn't want to do that. But anyways, I got to rip out some shrubs for them in order to stay off of the main fiber optic, which literally wraps around their whole property. Like, it's awful. That way I don't have to trench right on top of it, which honestly I just wouldn't do the job. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that kind of liability. And I told them that, you know, I told them what the cost of hitting fiber optic can be. So instead of having that risk, we decided to go ahead and just pull out some bushes. They're gonna have the landscaper come in and kind of renovate the beds anyway, so it's all gonna work out. So Adam Lee, we got a customer with either a leaking valve or something's going on, so he's gonna go ahead and shut the main off for him, and then we'll get to that after this install. There is going to be quite a bit of hand digging on this install because of the utilities, but no big deal. So it'll take a little longer, and then we'll get back to repairs later this week. We kind of made it through our spring rush, so I'm happy about that. I mean, obviously it's still going on now that it's getting hot, but today's like, yesterday was like below 40, this morning it was in the 40s. It's supposed to warm up a little bit today. By the end of the week it's going to be in the 90s, so I know the phone's going to be ringing. Everyone that hasn't turned their sprinklers on is going to be wanting them on right away, you know, thinking that we just sit around and wait for them to call, which we don't. So we'll have to make sure we can stay on top of everything like that. But anyways, heading to the job. Adam Lee will meet me there, give me time to get a little head start, get unloaded with the Mini, and rip these bushes out real fast. Then we'll get started. Oh, and I brought our drill, our auger, our little drill auger. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a really sweet little setup to get underneath sidewalks. But I broke the tip off of it, well, one side of the bit, and I haven't welded anything on there, so it doesn't do as good. But I really want to take the hydrovac and use that to dig the main pit, and then I also want to use it and see how well it does going underneath a sidewalk. So I might do that instead, just so I get to see how well it does. Because if it's really good, you know, I'm going to do it more often. But if it's no faster, then, you know, we'll call that null. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys at the job. Alright guys, so here's the game plan. Got our water meter, which is delightfully high. Talk about a trip hazard there. But I'm gonna come up, we're gonna come over, shoot up, and get our backflow installed. But I'm gonna probably put the backflow in front. I don't know, maybe on the side, I don't know. But if you look down there, which you can't see on the camera, but there's main Metronet fiber optic here that goes from the box back there down yonder across the street into that side. So what we're going to do is take out the landscaping here, these shrubs, and probably just drive right over these hostas. They'll come back next year, and then that'll get me back here. I'll probably just throw some side strips or something on this side, throw a side strip or two over here, but there's just tons and tons of landscape, so they're gonna get it all thinned out from the landscaper. I'm a landscaper too, but really just do irrigation and like big stuff. But so they'll take care of all that. We'll get some stuff. They are going to get a fence, so we're going to kind of do some things. But anyways, you can see we got drainage culverts that are shallow. We got a lot of shallow stuff, all these main lines. So from this box to that box to the box across the street, we got main. And then we also have this steep hill, and my satellite did not do it justice at all. So yeah, it's some high quality workmanship on burying the cable. You know, we got it there, but I'm sure it's littered with tree roots from these arborvitaes and well compacted. So I can already tell you there's no way my trencher is going to get through this right here. So haven't quite decided how I'm going to run it. But anyways, they got two. So they have Metronet coming in here. They got a phone line coming in here. They got a booster for Metronet on that other side where I'm put the back. They got electric here. Their service line for their gas comes through here. It's just no big deal on that. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with this area, but we're gonna put heads, you know, and cover it. Maybe not the landscape, but you know what I mean. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to ripping those shrubs out. Send Adam Lee another job to do. I was gonna have another guy show up and help, but his brother had worked for me earlier this year, but apparently his tire decided not to cooperate today. And so he won't be here, maybe tomorrow. But Adam Lee, I'm just gonna have him pull him from repair and have him help out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the forks and the bucket on and rip those shrubs out real fast. Hopefully it's easy. Should be pretty straightforward. There's that booster I was telling you about. I'm guaranteed to see some Metronet there. I hate hitting internet, but these guys are at least older, so I think they're more understanding of it. They're not attached at the hip to the internet like some people. Thank you, goodness. Appreciate it. in the backyard so no one has to look at it. Morning, guys. I got an emergency call yesterday. They're having issues with system, and somehow the main tap, the main shut off was a geyser. So I had to run there yesterday around 2 o'clock. So anyways, got my meter shut off and go ahead and get my tap in. And I can get these guys their water back on. So pull out my lucky old Dremel. I bought a little guy from Harbor Freight and it just wasn't cutting it. So I got this guy from Home Depot and it's a lot better. So go ahead and hop to it. Can't do this with 2 hands, or I need 2 hands for it. So see you in a bit. Alright guys, main tap is done. And he's putting the last sprinkler tee in. We don't use those saddles. We use ones that you cut in and clamp on. So yeah, we do an insert sprinkler head. We've already flushed the backflow for the main line. Show you all that. Good stuff. Here's these tees we use. Zone line, usually try and make sure we're at least 6 to 8. Main line much deeper. Here's our manifold. Flushed this water's from that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some valves in and flush the back side of the system. Even though I put my hand over it, I'd still like to put a little pressure behind it. That way I don't have to clean any valves. But meantime, get these guys on. And Scotch-Brite, glue and primer, wipe your glue. Hopefully these valves are good. I've had a couple bad boxes of Hunter valves with diaphragms that are bad, so me and the sales rep, Simmons or something like that, I've been talking about them. So hopefully they'll get me fixed up when I get a second to send them back. But hopefully they're good to go. See you in a second. Alright guys, well it's hot. But trenches are backfilled. Got a little dirt to add. We're gonna do it for free. Even though this job has been probably one of the tougher ones. It's just full of rock. I mean everywhere. Just rock. Pure rock. Rock and root everywhere. But we're cleaning up. We've already flushed everything. And I'm ready to put the tips on my spray heads, and that's it. A little frog jumping. So, but yeah, just root city, man. Not as many rocks back here, but still quite a few large, not large, small cobblestones. We did pull out all of these rocks here. And you can see there's more root, there's more rock. And then over here on this hill, it's just nothing but rock. That large rock came out of there. So my teeth and my trencher are not very happy with me right now. But we're gonna get the rest of the dirt around the valve box raked in, and then we dry set the heads so they're halfway adjusted. Then we'll put our spray tips on there, and yeah, show you the system run. I'm hot and tired. All right, guys, so here it is. I'm about to run through the customer, so let's do a quick little video of this zone. Have a rotator. We got heads here, covering the landscape a little bit. This is the easement, but I think they want to look at nice grass, so we'll see when we run through it, but she is good to go. Front yard is soaking wet, so this is real good. See you on the next one.
Live animals!
Werewolf attack! Ah! Werewolf attack! Ah!